Hello everyone, Zane here and welcome to another Final Fantasy XIV video. Today I'm going to go over the patch cycle for crafters and gatherers going into Dawntrail. Now this pattern didn't really start picking up until Stormblood, but again, subject to change. Square Enix can always change it up in Dawntrail, but most likely this is the formula that they will go with going from 7.0 up to 7.55. So in 7.0, we're going to be getting level 100 and the new crafter gear at level 100. In Endwalker, we got the Arcane Velvet Crafter and Gatherer set. This is going to be your first set of gear that you use to make the new battle gear. After 2 weeks of the official launch of Dawntrail, you'll get your next master recipe book. In this case, it's going to be grade 11, and that's most likely going to be used with purple scripts, since white will be discontinued and we will get most likely a new color, unless they stay with white and purple. Now, in that book, as an example in Endwalker here, you'll get your first 2-star material and 2-star gear to make. The materials, you'll be using the new tomestone that comes out. It's going to be uncappable, which means you can get as many as you like every week, and you can use those materials to make this, and then you take those materials to make the new battle gear, which is going to be the level 100 basic materials, a new alkahest, maybe, or maybe something different, and of course the aether sands. So you'll want to grab as many of these new aether sands when Dawntrail releases to get ready for the new gear. So new botanist, miner, and fisher variants. So this is basically what's going to happen in the 7.0 patch and 2 weeks after the launch. You also will get new food. So basically 2-star food, and of course 2-star pots. So most likely it's going to be grade, 9 tinctures. Yeah, it'll be grade 9 tinctures next up for doing Savage. Now on May 16th we get the new live letter for battle content, hopefully letting us know that grade 11 and 12 battle materia is coming, which means that crafters and gatherers will also get 11 and 12 variants. You're also going to be getting the scrip variant of level 100 gear. It's going to be 10 item levels higher because you're not going to get the new scrip set until 0.2 patch. So this is going to be 10 levels higher than the crafted. But it's job specific and it should not have any melds because Endwalker did not. You also will be getting the new food because every Savage tier comes with new food, which comes with the food materials. So there's going to be 5 new items, and each will have 2 recipes tied to it. And that's going to be 2-star. And then of course the next 5, and so on. So these first 5 is going to be new, coming in 7.0. And that's what you're going to be using your level 100 new scripts to get new materials to sell or make the food for yourself or your team or for everybody else in the game if you want to sell that. But that's what you're ultimately going to be seeing coming in 7.0, 2 weeks after the initial launch. So before I forget, there's actually going to be a 4th aether sand. In this case it was Moonlight Aether Sand for Endwalker. So there's going to be a 4th one, which is going to be gotten from either botanist, miner, or fisher on top of their job specific sand. The other thing is going to be the gatherer books. This is 1 per expansion. What I really wish they would do is give us 2 per expansion, 1 at the beginning and like maybe 1 at 0.3 patch. Would be nice. But there's going to be 3 books per job. It's going to cover all of these zones for fisher, botanist, and miner. We'll most likely get the grade D token if you continue with the alphabet. So make sure to get these immediately to get the new materials for the new recipes. And those are going to be 1-star. And those are going to be used for the 2-star materials. So in the 6.0 patch, we ended up getting lunar adamantite ore to make the ingots. So these are going to be the 1-star materials to make the mats, to make the 2-star battle gear. So make sure you get those books ASAP and do not sell them until the master recipe books come out. This way you guys can charge more. So in Dawntrail's endgame hub, you will find the new Tomestone Exchange NPC. Now, Under others is where you'll find the materials to make the 2-star gear. At the beginning, alchemist will not be in here just yet. Culinarian is always through scrips. For the tinctures for alchemists, we'll most likely use the next alkahest for that and the 4th aether sand, which is going to be the moonlight variant coming in Dawntrail. But whatever the endgame hub will be, this is where you'll find the tomestone exchange for those recipes. And that's everything that's most likely going to come in the 7.0 patch. So in 7.1, you guys get a 2-star crafter and gatherer set, which means you're going to be remelding a new set of gear. But it's only left side and tools, no accessories. You get the aether sands from before, a new immutable solution variant, which you're going to get through scripts. I think it's going to be from purple, not the new ones. The level 100 materials, and of course the materials from the 0.0 patch to make these a little bit easier if you're using the script set. And of course a new item, which consists of a new item that you're going to be gathering, which is also 1 star from the folklore books that you're going to be getting. But that's going to also be used with the aether sands and of course the new immutable solution item. So that is going to be coming in 7.1. Next is patch 7.2. This is where you guys will get your second and last master recipe book, and you're going to be doing 3-star materials and 3-star battle gear, which still uses the aether sands and the level 100 materials, but also the new 3-star materials as well. You're also going to be getting the next set of script gear, but this time you guys are going to be getting it shared. Main and offhand tools, and of course the shared body pieces. No accessories just yet. So this is going to be the next set of script gear for those of you who are trying to catch up, since the old one cannot make the new battle gear. So the one thing I forgot to mention earlier is that when it comes to food, you always want to stick with whatever is in the leveling log. So for Endwalker, it was the tea. When we got the 2-star food, unfortunately that food only gave us CP and craftsmanship, and we always want more control over craftsmanship because the craftsmanship and the gear is enough to complete the item. For gatherers, they usually give us perception and gathering, so for gatherers the 2-star food is better than whatever is in the leveling log. Now, in the 0.2 patch we get a new food for the new recipes. So in this case it was the next 5 items, and of course they are used in 2 items for the 3-star recipes. Some cases you have a housing item added to it, but that is going to be added in the 0.2 patch for the new food recipes. As for alchemist, now we end up using the tomestone materials. In this case is the palic and mistletoe to make grade 7, and of course you use the alkahest, and of course you still use the 4th aether sand to make those as well. So that is going to be coming in patch 7.2, coming in Dawntrail. Last but not least is the Gatherer tribe, which they separated going forward from Stormblood, where they had crafters and gatherers in the same tribe. If you're joining the game after this patch, you guys can use this to level up your gatherers. You also get these tokens, which you guys can exchange for materia. Alright, it's 1 grade 9, or in this case 11, per day, and then 1 higher every 2 days. And of course you got your mounts, cards, minions, and other stuff as well as you level them up. But that is going to be in the 0.2 patches. Now on to patch 7.3. This is where the final crafted set for crafters and gatherers will come from. You'll get new left side, new tools, and new accessories. You only really get 3 new accessories, 2 from crafted, 1 from scripts. So in patch 0.3 is where you get the whole shebang, the left side, right side, and tools. You will get another scrip item. This is going to be from the new one at level 100, while the solution will be from purple scripts. The materials from the past battle gear will be reused, and we get a new item. You also get a new gatherable item, 2-star, to make these materials. And the solution is rehashed, and we get the 5th aether sand and the 0.3 patch with a new ethereal reduction item, which can be gotten through all 3 gatherer jobs, or with gatherer scripts. And the last 2 things is the crafter tribe, There's like the gatherers, experience, gil, and of course crystals. Gatherers, you get cordials. And then you guys can get that scrip item that I mentioned earlier, or the variant in Dawntrail. You have 3 per day, or materia. You also get these guys as vendors. Hopefully they continue that in Dawntrail, amount, music, and housing items. And the last thing is the relic tools, which ultimately becomes too late in the expansion, but these usually last up until the final patch of 0.55 in the expansion, but hopefully they will continue doing these relics, but hopefully add them in sooner. That's everything that you should see in the 0.3 patch for crafters and gatherers. So now on to the 7.4 patch. Also, I forgot to mention that you get the new food at 3-star, which contains control and CP for crafters, and GP and or gathering for gatherers. So this is the food that you're going to be using next when you get to the 0.3 patch. But in patch 7.4, we get our last set of scrip gear, which is ultimately used to making the last set of battle gear, and it also is going to be shared, offhand, main hand, and of course accessories. So this is the last accessory set for scrip users. So if you do not want to meld the 3-star crafting and or gathering gear, you guys can go with the final scrip gear in the 0.4 patch. So because this is a savage tier patch, we get new 4-star battle gear, which comes with new crafting materials from the tomestones, which ultimately means new tomestone materials. This also means new food, the last set of raid food, 4-star, and yes, the last set of recipe materials, which again, you get from the scrips, which is the last 5 items. And again, they come with 2 materials each. Obviously, you're going to go with the best in slot food for each expansion patch. So ultimately, that is what comes in patch 6.4, as well as the continuation of the relic tool. As for patch 7.5 and 5.5, there's nothing much to do. You have to finish off your relic tools, try your hand at expert recipes, which is 5-star. This stuff is basically dead on arrival. There's not much going for it. There's nothing really useful for it, except for stuff for your island sanctuary. But these glio ethers that are added in for the expert recipes, if they do something interesting with it in Dawntrail, good for them. But basically, that's everything that you really need to know of the patch cycle for crafters and gatherers. And as always, subject to change. They might change, they might keep it the same, but be forewarned, in Dawntrail they are doing things different, so be very wary of that, and of course expect things to change. So I'll see you guys in the next one. And that's it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you're new for more Final Fantasy XIV content and help with the YouTube algorithm. If you guys want to support my channel even further, consider becoming a YouTube member, Patreon supporter, or help me on Ko-Fi. The links for those will be in the description down below, as well as my Discord. I also want to give a thanks to all my YouTube members, Patreon supporters, and Ko-Fi members, and an extra special shout out to the members on screen. So until next time, may you forever walk in the glorious light of Lord Bahamut, and always remember to keep forging ahead. Take care.